that's used to control vertical versus horizontal recoil control with different weapons in this game. So first off, we have an M4 set up the way Tarek likes to use, which is using the attachments of the M13 Grenadier barrel, the monolithic suppressor, and 60 round mags, commando foregrip, and a red dot sight of some sort. Right. So let's have a look at what the recoil control pattern's like on this rifle like this. So what we see is, from the pattern, we see from the first couple of shots, there's an upward leading pattern up into then what becomes a tight controllable spread after the initial recoil settles. Let's see that again. Alright, so that kind of a recoil pattern. So we've got quite a lot of vertical recoil straight away with the gun, yeah? Straight from the initial firing, settle on the target with no stick input whatsoever. Quite a lot of vertical recoil, yeah? Like that. Okay. Now, let's see what happens when we try exactly the same, but with a commando, with an operator or a ranger foregrip first. I just have to suicide myself. Alright, let's see what it's like when you're using an operator or a ranger foregrip. This one is actually the full-length ranger foregrip, so let's see what the pattern's like now. So we still have quite a bit of vertical recoil, but it's much reduced. So now what we can do is see that it's still got the same sort of level of vertical recoil, and now trailing off quite heavily. But easier to control into a tight target spread. Alright, now let's try a little bit more controlled shooting with this one. See, using the operator foregrip makes it much easier to keep it in a tight pattern and stop it from trailing off. Now, because the gun has more vertical recoil than horizontal, using a vertical foregrip allows you to instantly control the bullet spread into a tighter patch. So let's see what it's like when we try the same sort of approach of a setup, but this time we've got the VLK with the Mon suppressor, the slightly shorter Corvus marksman barrel, still the full-length Ranger, and 60 round mags. Right, let's have a look. Okay, let's see how it goes this time. And that's with no stick input whatsoever. Just generally a much tighter, more controllable pattern. And now let's try yeah, it can fly. Let's try something with an absolutely maximized spread control. And for Slack, if you're watching this, that's the M13 setup I told you about recently. Like that. Alright, so last thing that we can try. Is just slightly longer range back to the commando foregrip. red dot. So again, quite a wide, messy spread, sort of all over the place. A lot of left to right and a lot of up-down range on the movement. A little bit better at close range. Now let's try that same long-distance shooting with the high recoil control setup. Much cleaner spread. Much more of a controlled, tighter circle of shooting. And that's about as tight as you need it to be when you're killing somebody at 50 meters. Hope it helped.